Clemson Memorial Stadium. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. It's the Georgia Bulldogs and the Clemson Tigers. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
Death Valley, the tradition is real. You touch the rock, you run down the hill, and it is a beautiful venue. Clemson has become one of the most difficult places to play in the ACC, if not college football. These fans are electric and dynamic. Call it Death Valley for a reason. This is where teams' dreams come to die. Guys?
Thanks, Holly. Georgia likely to kick it deep to get things started. On the run from inside his own 5. Wasn't quite able to shake loose as he steps out of bounds at the 22. Using his legs, it's Davidson. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
And I think this is the key in this game, man. These rivalry games, it's about passion, it's about emotion. And coming to this game, we saw him last week, man. He had over 100. Last year in the blowout, he was a...
There's some room. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down.
Really nice run there. This guy's so exciting to watch when he's out in the open field. Kind of reminds me of old Clemson greats like C.J. Spiller and Travis Etienne. When they got into the second level, you just held your breath because you thought there was a chance they could break it off for a touchdown. This guy has that same dynamic playmaking ability.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
This time on target. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
You know, Clemson football is at its best when they've got that guy at the helm that can be a playmaker. And Cade Klubnik had some of those flashes, right? Like going to the college football playoff the year before. But Clemson returning back to humanity a year ago. Not a good season for them. And Jesse, they didn't go out and get the five-star commit in the portal. They didn't go out and pay a lot of money. They believe in developing it through high school and the guys they've brought in.
Is it the guy, though? Because you mentioned it, David, and you're so right. When they had Deshaun Watson or they had Trevor Lawrence, they were the guy. They were the guy that took this offense, took this entire team to a national champion caliber level. They were true alphas at the quarterback position, and now we're going to find out if this new guy is the guy.
And, man, that's not a surprise that they come to their go-to guy early. This is an offense that's so much fun to watch, and it's because they know who they are. They know how to get the ball to their playmakers. And on the first drive, Palmer, get your guy a touch, get him involved. You know receivers got some feelings, Jesse. I love that they're getting him lathered up and a touch early in this football game.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys who feels like he's open every single play, so it is a good idea to get him going early. For the defense, that's a bit of a jab in the face right there because you came into this game, you know who's going to get the ball. You know where they're throwing it.
Turning it on! And it's a fumble after that huge gain. And they are fortunate to avoid the turnover as the fumble goes out of bounds.
When you start to get that offense going and start having success, you got to make sure when you get closer to the scoring range, I take care of that football. If you don't, coach is going to go you on the sideline, you in the game.
They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch.
This is the area of the field defensively. It really doesn't matter what they've done to get here. You got to bow up, try to force the field goal. Nice job on first down and goal, getting them tackled to the ground.
He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
Never getting stopped on that second down. Don't be surprised if the offense hands it off to him again here at the goal line on third.
They keep nudging it closer, but now it's 3rd and goal from the 1. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure coming. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson. Makes the grab inbounds.
Man, it doesn't get any better than that. You script the first 10 plays, that was 10 plays. That was perfection. That was a touchdown. That's called good scouting, being ready for the football game, and executing to a T to start this game off.
He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. He marched 78 yards down the field. It was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass.
Number 81 sets a kickoff.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Back to throw, it's Stockton. Got his man on the right. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
Not wasting any time. You just watch the opponent go down on their first drive and score a touchdown. So right away, you're aggressive. You're throwing the football on your first play of the game, and you're getting a nice completion. Really nice job.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Handoff for Frazier. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong. The emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight, and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important those rivalries are.
Georgia comes quickly to the line.
And, man, we've all experienced these rivalry games and how much fun they are. And this offense had a lot of fun a year ago, right? Like, they dominated this rivalry.
What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Man, I love the catch radius on this guy. If you just put it somewhere near his body, he's going to be able to reel it in. That was a phenomenal job, showing you his athleticism and also his concentration, making that outstanding grab.
Makes the catch. It's Humphries. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
I'll tell you, man, I love quarterbacks that have arm talent, but that can throw it accurately at the same time, and you saw all of it on that end route.
The Bulldogs, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. They'll give to Frazier. They'll make the stop, and he gets 4 on the play. Ball's at the 25.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
They'll keep it on the ground. And he is stopped behind the line, and that's how we'll finish the first quarter. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second.
How about that defense? In the backfield, nowhere to go right away. You could tell they were playing the run game all the way, and they got in the backfield and got the tackle for a loss.
This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. To the air, it's Stockton. Dances away to buy time. Didn't have anything working and just had to throw it away on third down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're third and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage, so everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Never a doubt. That'll bring him to within 4.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
Coming out with it, it's Johnson. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Clemson comes out its offense ready to go on the attack. They got off to a flying start, a touchdown on that opening drive, and now an opportunity to build on this lead. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And that's just an example of the defense having a better play call than you have on offense. I like the creativity offensively, but how about the defense having their cornerback in position to make the play?
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Back to pass. Tosses it incomplete. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Quick completion on the out route. They'll pick up the first down as he gets it out to the 27-yard line. And the Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. Quarterback making checks. Coming out on first down with the play fake. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And listen, there's nothing wrong with play action for this offense, but man, you gotta protect. You gotta sell that run. And if the quarterback's gonna do that, he needs his guys up front to give him a little bit more time to maybe take those shots down the field and make some big plays for this offense.
He wants to throw it again. Looking left. He makes the catch. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Well, he's making it look easy out there snagging that pass. Sammy Watkins, Mike Williams, T. Higgins. Great Clemson receivers in recent years. These guys just got open. They found a way with their speed and their route running ability. It's a lot of what this guy does here, too. He makes it easy on his quarterback.
It's complete on the right side. Got 6 yards on the play, 2nd and 4 coming.
I think this defense really needs to start thinking about really fencing this quarterback in. You cannot let him go east or west because he will extend the play with his legs and his speed and then hurt you throwing the football.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking for his man. Got his man. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play.
And you see more and more of this in college football, finding your playmakers in space, whether it's a receiver, a tight end, or in this case, a running back, way down the field. Get him isolated, find your matchup, and how about the running back turning into a receiver?
Throws to the wideout. He caught it! Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. The Tigers want to move quickly. They'll try to get it in with the run. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on 2nd.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Complete. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
Nice drive, nice touchdown. I love this offense's response to what happened a week ago. Listen, we're 0-1, so be it. Let's put the foot on the gas. Let's move forward, get better, and they have in Game 2 so far.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-3. So a drive there of 85 yards, and they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. To the air, it's Stockton. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
They'll throw again after the incompletion. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Oftentimes, defenses see empty sets, and that's when they want to dial up pressure, knowing there's no extra bodies back there to protect the quarterback. They were able to get to him on that one, and that's why the ball was incomplete.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Unloads to the wideout. Lets it slip right through his hands, and it'll be 4th down after the rare drop from this dude. Georgia lining up to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Didn't get quite as much as they had hoped out of that one, and the offense will be in business. I think they're going to mark it around the 40-yard line. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Keeping it on the ground inside, it's Johnson. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Timeout on the field, and that's the second call by Georgia. They'll get together to decide how to play this second down. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Moore. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line.
And that's why the bullet pass is so important. Sometimes these defenses, they don't give you big windows to throw into, and you want to take that chance, but you cannot lob that football down the field and get it in there. Nice use of the bullet pass, my friend.
Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Final timeout taken by the Bulldogs. The brain trust getting thoughts together for this big third down coming up. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Lets it fly. It is incomplete, and he almost had himself an interception in the end zone. It'll be 4th down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're at 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
He slides that just inside the right upright. And now the lead is even bigger.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
Out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the first down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. Looking downfield, it's Stockton. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Well, early in this drive, they're staying aggressive. Last play, they had the big completion. On the 3rd snap, they take another shot, just couldn't come up with the completion.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play, they'll go back to the air. Grabbed in the middle, it's Frazier. He stopped at the 45 after picking up 10 yards and the first down. The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. Wants to throw it again. Throws it deep. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
And I'm kind of surprised by this performance, man. The QB last week, you could tell, dude, he was in rhythm. He was good timing. You could tell the chemistry with receivers were good. And today, everything just looks off. And it looks hard. It looks difficult. They got to find a way to get back in the rhythm they were in last week.
Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Throwing right. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
They were on the move, but 2 straight incompletions had them staring at 3rd and 10. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. It's getting loud in here, and they may raise the dues on Ipte if they can stop them on 3rd down. To the air, it's Stockton. Looking to take a shot. Incomplete. They took a shot to wrap up the half and came up empty. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, welcome in to our EA Sports Studios here in Orlando, the Week 2 edition of our College Football Update Show. We start with a look at Ohio State taking on the number 9 team, the LSU Tigers. And it's the Buckeyes, eyeing a second win after the opening week loss. They're on top here in the first half. Here are now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside the Big Ten.
Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the 3rd quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring game.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here would be huge.
He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. On the move to the right and looking for a big one. Upstairs, he's got it. Hits the crease. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Dawgz!
And, man, that is exactly what you wanted to see from this offense to start the 3rd quarter. Like, the passing game, it just wasn't in sync. It wasn't where it needs to be. You dug yourself a little bit of hole, Palmer, but coming out like this, throwing, trusting your quarterback, putting a drive together, that's got to be a good sign.
And this is where the coaching staff really makes their money. When you can go in at halftime and switch things up and make the changes you need to make to your game plan to find that rhythm and get it established. That is such a great way, you're right, to start this thing. And now for this offense, it's about keeping it going and trying to stay one step ahead of the defense.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They'll start this drive going to the air. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
And I think this team knew going into halftime trailing, their defense was going to have to step up here in the second half. And on the very first play of the 3rd quarter, they get a sack. That is good news for this defense.
Fires to the middle. And the throw down the gut falls to the grass.
Well, this offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now on this drive. Sack, first down. You've just thrown an incompletion. So 3rd in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Moving out to the right. A spectacular one-hand grab. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first.
Nothing you can do about that on defense. That's just an outstanding one-handed grab by the tight end.
When you're around midfield, there's not really much of a choice. Go for it on 4th down. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Spits it out to the back. Makes the grab, he's got a 1st down. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. Really good job there. Don't force anything. Take your time, and he finds his man for the 1st down.
Yeah, and I think really good job by seeing the defense. Understand that they're dropping back. They're taking away most things. All right, get the ball to my running back. He can make plays after he catches it. Nice job by the quarterback seeing the situation and where to go with the football.
Clemson set up with another 1st down. They'll give it to him again. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. Then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
That's caught. It's Moore. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
It's really easy to say the word RPO and say I'm going to run them, but you got to make those decisions, and you got to make them fast. You can't get confused by all the craziness that's going on, by all the guys moving around or talking. Nice job by the quarterback, staying in the moment, seeing it, throwing the slant, making sure he makes the right decision.
Fighting off the defender.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Second down, he'll throw it. Escapes the pressure going right. He just threw that one away. Nobody was getting open. He had to live to fight another play in the red zone. It'll be 3rd down.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw away.
Looking to scramble. Lets it fly deep downfield. Going for the touchdown, couldn't make the connection, but this flag will be against the defense.
And you got to focus, right? The first thing you're looking at as a defensive lineman, the first thing you understand is the ball starts with a snap count. I have to line up, see the ball. When the ball moves, I move. I know it's simple, but you still see guys jumping off sides all the time.
On 3rd and short, just trying to get enough for the 1st down. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. It'll be 4th down.
And this offense, I don't think this is going to be a surprise. I think the offense is going to stay on the field. You've already seen it once on this drive, and they've already been successful. You know how hard it is to defend when there's an extra down, and they do it over and over again? So I think this offense will continue to stay aggressive like they were on the last 4th down.
And this one splits the uprights. And that will extend their lead even further.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Dropping back, it's Stockton. Pocket breaking down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And you knew he was going to take a step back because you can't throw the ball for over 80% in a season. Like, that's ridiculous. Last week he was on fire, but this week, man, he's freezing cold, and he's got to find something to get this offense going. But right now, just off target. Somebody needs to step up, make a play, and maybe get a spark for this offense.
And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. Makes the grab on the left. He gets it out to the 28-yard line, not enough to pick up the first down. Guys, look at this. They're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th and long. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Fires to the wideout. Oh, sticks that big mid up there and grabs it.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
Looking to throw on first down. Pulls it in. It's Humphries. At the 35, he's loose. There he goes to the right. Touchdown, Bulldogs! He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And he made the extra point without problem. And it's caught from inside the 20, and here he comes. Solid return, decent field position as he goes out of bounds at the 30. They'll crank up this drive from the 30-yard line. The run inside. It's Johnson. There he goes. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Back to pass on second down. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. And he just held on to the football too long, and the defense rode him out of bounds and forced the loss. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. After swapping ends of the field, that gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Had it right in his hands in the middle of the field, and it trickled to the ground. It'll be 4th down.
Not all drops are equal, and those are frustrating, man. Those are the ones where you're going to move the sticks. Nice job seeing the middle of the field come open. The first down marker's right.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. He wants to change this route. On 4th down, looking to pass. Throws to the wideout. Downfield and incomplete. The defense holds.
I know the analytics tell me to be aggressive and go for it, but in the second half, in these ball games, the analytics don't work for every single situation. And right now, you set them up. I just hope this one doesn't come back to bite you right in the hiney.
This defense is trying to protect the lead. You have to make the offense work for it, and a personal foul just gives them. They've got a first down here. Want to start its bend to this season. We've got a great game here. Close ball game, 4th quarter. Couldn't ask for anything more. Makes the grab. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
And at this stage of the game in the 4th quarter, big-time players make big plays in big games. What a great job after he secured the catch in the open field, showing off the speed, taking it to the house, and with it, his team now has the lead.
And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle.
Number 91, set to kick it off.
He'll bring it out. It's Johnson. Makes a move. Just an outstanding return there and really sets up his offense nicely. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. The play action fake. Under fire. Trying to get rid of it.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller.
Snags it, and there's running room. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31, and a big pickup on that one. If you can't win it all, you might as well try to ruin things for your rival, and that's exactly what we've got working here. Wants to throw on 1st down. Quickly to the tight end. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Looking down the left side. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
Missed opportunity on offense. QB and receiver just not on the same page there.
There's a reason you drag the record books to the recycle bin in a rivalry game. Upsets, and we've got one looming. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. He's got the back in the middle. A likely touchdown-saving tackle, but the catch and run takes it down to the 7.
Nice job there by the running back, working the middle of the field in the passing game. I think oftentimes when defenders see these running backs coming out of the backfield, they're just anticipating a swing route or a flat route, something to the perimeter. That time, he put his foot in the ground and crossed the defender.
Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers! They've got the lead here in the 4th. The Tigers are back on top.
And this is wild. Late in the game, we're seeing two heavyweight fighters trading blows. The offense scores their last time out. This offense now scores a touchdown here late to get the lead, but there's time left on the clock. Can the defense step up here and make a stop to preserve this win?
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. Snags it, and he's open. He's across the 50 and out of bounds at the 49, and a great pickup on that one. The execution on that screen pass is one that will go in a coaching clinic.
Nice execution on the screen. Allow the rush to come upfield. Now I release, get the ball to the running back. I got my playmaker in space. Nice chunk yardage play right there by the offense.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There's been way too much penetration up front defensively. They've been able to stop him in his tracks.
If you can't win it all, you might as well try to ruin things for your rival, and that's exactly what we've got working here. He'll pull it down. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run. Probably need to pick up a few yards. From here, it would be a 62-yard attempt. Dropping back, it's Stockton. The throw to the outside is complete. Looking for room at the 30. Guided out of bounds at the 22. A good play for this offense as they are threatening to score. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on 3rd and short.
Intercepted to stop the threat. Got a little grass. He's at the 50. Past the 30. 10. Touchdown, Tigers. What a play. Not only the interception, but the great return for the score. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
Just one of those mistakes. It can happen as the kickoff goes out of bounds. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Offense in an empty set. To the air on 1st down. Oh, they're after him. Makes the grab.
It's pretty amazing at this point in the game, they're still in a position to win. Not everything has gone right for them up to this point, but with a couple minutes left on the clock, if they can get a touchdown here, get a stop, and then get another score, they win, but they've got to start being aggressive and taking shots.
Oh, he's got some space. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. To the air, it's Stockton. Looking to scramble. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete.
And that's why you always want to be pursuing the football. QB scrambling, he rolls out to the right, but don't quit if you're on defense. Get somebody after the QB. They got to him, they hit him, and forced the incompletion.
Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires left. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
Things just not going as easy for this guy as they did his last game out. Last time he completed over 70% of his throws. This week, though, defense taking some throws away. They've made some plays. He just hasn't been quite spot on with his accuracy. He's going to have to play better.
Tried to give it enough body English, but he missed it. The missed field goal still leaves us with a double-digit deficit. Still a 10-point game. The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. Running inside, it's Davidson. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. The Tigers now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. He was hoping to get that thing down the sideline. They get him out of bounds at the 37.
Big 3rd down for this defense. Listen, you've got to get the ball back. You know what they're doing. They're trying to run the football, but we need the clock to be on our side so our offense has some time. Got to make a stand right here on 3rd down.
Coming through that 3rd down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43. Clemson ready to go back to work with another 1st down. Direct snap. Nice pickup there. Gets him the 1st down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
It's got to be tough right now on defense. You need to find a way to get a stop, and you haven't been able to do that in the fourth quarter. You've been giving up points. You just gave up a touchdown in the last drive. You need a turnover. You need to do something right now to stop this momentum.
Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8.
Well, I think the running back is showing you his experience and his awareness. I love that run, not so much about the game. I love the fact that he didn't run out of bounds. A lot of younger guys probably would have done that. You've got the lead here late. You want to bleed the clock. Really, really smart decision that time by the running back.
They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. And the Tigers go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Johnson. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You've got a really nice lead here late. Just want to find ways to keep the chains moving. They're doing that.
You can tell, man, really made a point for this offense to run the football, to be physical and defensively. Already getting behind in this football game, not stopping the run on this drive. They've got to get more aggressive. They've got to get more physical on that line of scrimmage.
That's a statement by the defense. Offense is trying to get physical. They're running power. They're pulling the backside guard, and you blow the play up in the backfield for a loss.
That we see every year. The home field advantage is so big, and especially when you have a ranked team come to town, they love to play spoiler.
Yes, and what needed to happen happened in this football game. Something good to happen early to get the belief and to get this crowd involved. And when the crowd gets involved, Jesse, it changes the game, and I think it had a lot to do with the outcome today.
I agree. I'll tell you, regardless whether this team is ranked or unranked, when their home crowd is like they were today, they're tough to beat, period. And you know this crowd and these fans, they're going to be celebrating this win for days and days to come.
That's going to do it for us here. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.